know how complicated that is. You can't tell me you've ever made a woman orgasm.
All right, starting over.
All right.
All right, so this is Black Trolls episode 4.
Yeah.
All right.
We were starting over for the third time.
Yes.
Dimps just wants to fucking talk. We're here with Chance.
What
Chance,
up?
what's up? So this is like a regroup episode. We were talking about where we've been. Episode 1, we had Dom in. Hopefully you've heard that by this time. By the time this comes out. Dom got drunk. We all got drunk, but he puked in a
Not
trash
me,
can.
though. I had my own idea.
Right, Dimps was sober. Episode 2 will never be aired. A lot of criminality.
Yes.
Cops, paramedics, we had security guards here.
It's the EMS, and they came
EMS,
within before 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Man.
So that happened, but didn't happen. Episode 3, we had Taylor Adair in.
He was made
yeah.
to come on.
Half of our security team.
Yes.
We shot the shit. And then here we are today. It's cold.
It is.
And we're finding God.
His name is Jenghis Crips.
It's cold.
It is.
And we're finding God.
His name is Jenghis Crips.
And we can't get into details right now.
Not right now.
But we did have to sacrifice a fish.
We did. Oh, and Chance was there for that.
I was.
Can you tell us about how it made you feel to see that a soul was given over to our Lord and Savior?
And really quick, just to set the stage. So Chance works with us here at a company that's real.
Yes.
And then we do this, off hours.
Moonlighting.
It's kind of growing here within the building.
Yeah.
So Chance is a witness to everything.
Mm-hmm.
To an act of, it was a miracle.
It
What
was.
it was. It was a miracle. And it came through both of us as prophets, and that's how we decided that we knew that it was good, it was just, and it was holy. And so we did it, and we brought you into it, and we wanted you to feel the power.
I definitely felt something.
Yeah, well, yes.
Describe that.
Until that moment, I didn't know that it was, like, possible for people to be bad at animal cruelty. You know? Like, I thought it was a pretty easy thing, like arson and stuff. But no, you showed me that there's skill sets to everything, including being mean to fish.
So Jenghis he demanded that we kill this fish.
Yes.
And
Agreed,
we
I
had
saw
it
it.
in a jar, and we were shaking it, trying to shake the jar to kill it, but there was water in it still.
Nemo lied.
So
Yeah.
after about a half hour of that, Dimps put a shell in the bottle, and then
I thought it was a nail.
broke the fish in half, and then it died.
And
Where is it now? Where's the fish?
It's
now?
in the garbage!
You put it in the garbage and not the sewer?
No, it's in the toilet. I dumped it in the toilet.
Did you flush it?
I
I
put the
peed
rock
on it.
in the garbage.
You did?
I mean, like, I didn't know I was going. That's not why I went in there. I just had to pee.
There's one in the sink too.
There was one in the sink.
There's one in the sink, stuck in the sink too. But I
That
put
wasn't
it
a
in
sacrifice, though. That was a fucking
That was
mistake.
an accident.
Although,
That was an act of God. I put took the rock. I dumped the water into the toilet. And I had to take the rock out and put the coral rock into the garbage and
Did
the
it
fish.
cut it in half? Like, how did...
It cut like a chunk of it off and then turned the water all like light brown. It was brown, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the water was gross anyway. It had a disease on it. I cured its leprosy, basically. It was in the tomb. It was like in the tomb of cured its leprosy, basically. It was in the tomb of existence, which was at Walmart in the thing, and there were all dead people around it, surrounded by the dead, and I saved it with the net of God and Jenghis Crips, and then I pulled it out, put it in a bag. We took it to a holy place, our temple, and then sacrificed it, and then got rid of his body.
mm-hmm.
It didn't need his body. Absent from the body and present with Jenghis Crips.
Yeah, when you killed it, like, I could smell its soul,
It would smell good.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
It felt wrong.
It did not feel wrong to me.
It felt wrong how much you liked it.
I don't know. You were the one smirking like a crazy man.
No, but I was shaking. I was doing the shake. It was like, and I could hear in my head that song was like, shake, 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 shake your booty.
Energy.
I did. I had been up for very few hours. I was up and working my ass off since like 2 p.m. in the afternoon. And I was full of life, though. I was full of life. I was rested. I was well rested. Maybe I should never get any rest is the point of that. Maybe I should just never just be kept, like tortured in a sense. Like, you get 2 hours of sleep, just enough to stay alive. And you can eat your calories.
No, I think that's an argument for you getting rest, though. Because you were...
Maybe.
Yeah. You were,
Is that what you're like when you're rested?
Yes.
Have I just not, until that day, seen you rested?
No, not rested and fed and relieved of stress.
You really don't want to see her like that. You want to see her tired.
No, yeah,
I know.
Her at full energy.
It's
No.
it's evil. It's not evil. It's good. It's holy. It's just
Sometimes I'll ask, like, did you just wake up? She'll be like, yeah. I'll be like, I'll catch you later.
For animals.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
You can't put that on the computer.
Yeah, I was gonna say your fish killing technique was not up to par.
I just, it's hard for me because it used to be that you could go to TSC and get the little ducks and the chickens, and you could get them in one by one. Now they make you buy at least 6, and then I have to kill 6 at a time. See, I have to have a lot of energy and be up and at them. Otherwise, what am I gonna do with these fucking like little things like beep 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 beep? No. And I would kill a person trying to deal with the frustration of the peeping.
That all follows.
I shouldn't work the computer. I'm just looking at it like, oh, man, this is really cool.
Yeah,
I'm not even listening. I'm not even tuned into what the fuck.
I ignore the computer entirely. I'm just like, this is not, I don't know. I just pretend it's not there. Hence, we have the audio that we can do nothing with of episode 2. I'm just like, get up and walk away from it. I don't know. I just pretend it's not there. Hence, we have the audio that we can do nothing with of episode 2. I'm just like, get up and walk away from it. Yeah, so basically in this, I can stretch a little bit, but in this vicinity right here is where he was being choked out.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he was gently being dealt with.
Dimps is showing Chance reenacting episode 2.
I'm gonna and he was sitting where you're sitting, but in the Papa-san, and like, if I could just, it's so beautiful. He's bashing his head on this table. This thing, he was like pulling towards him, and I'd be like, no, buddy, here, like, I'll fix it so you don't have to bash your face in it every time you want to talk. You just talk at him, and you'd be like, no. He'd be like, I can do it. You think I can't do it? Well, maybe not. So he had.
Did you figure out who called the police?
Yeah, it was our new neighbors.
He had the foresight to plan to put all the alcohol out on the table and light a candle. Motherfucker, why do we need a candle? We don't have a candle right now.
How the fuck would a fire start if we didn't have a candle?
Why did you want a fire to start?
Because I would escape.
It was gonna start inevitably, but we wanted the good vibes that the candle smelled
There
right.
was no candle. We have never once had a candle before
I
or
was
after
just
that.
about to light one, honestly.
No, you weren't.
I was. I had it in my hand.
That's disrespectful to the candle. Those candles have delineated purpose. We have worship candles. The candles are for worship only.
That candle's not for worship.
That candle is for worship.
No, it's not.
What do the worship candles look like?
They look like time to die, nigga. That's what they look like. They're white for a reason. Because the white is the purest of fragrance.
Okay. Following.
And also because,
Following.
And also because, white contains light in every color. That's why. It's every color. It's actually encapsulated in the color white.
Bullshit.
The no color. That's why the spectrum of light has every color produce white light. The white light, what you see when you die, when you go to Jenghis Crips.
That was the best pitch for white supremacy I've ever
I
heard.
think so too.
That was fucking horrible.
That was good. It was beautiful, right? I mean, like...
No. I say no.
I have interracial children. No! My landlord's fucking dead. My landlord died yesterday.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he's fucking dead.
R.I.B.
Where's
Rest in buildings.
Yeah,
That's where landlords go. They go to the
Yeah.
building. They go to their building in the sky.
Yeah, he's stuck in the Park Avenue apartment.
God makes them pay rent. They're like, what the fuck? Well, hey man.
That's what it is. Yeah, he's dead. Kevin is dead.
How'd he die?
I
Yeah.
don't know. Unexpectedly, I don't.
You just got a note that said your landlord's dead. Send your rent to this address from now on. She's like, okay. She's gonna send it to some fucking pimp.
I'm just not gonna send rent.
That's actually a fucking great scheme.
I kind of.
Hey, your landlord's dead.
Oh shit.
Send our rent here. Send his rent here. Like, okay, fine.
Maybe we should start to do that.
Yeah, you need a new circle on the board.
Landlord lies. Lie about your about the landlord.
You know, tell us about your landlord.
He was old.
How old?
Like, he wasn't really old. He was probably like the latest, probably like 50, 57 to like 64.
Yeah, it's not that old.
Kind of balding, and he was shorter than me. He's got a pot belly. Words. He went to Iowa State. That's why he allowed me to live in a building, considering my criminal history and my fucking weird animal. And he would call and leave me voicemails a lot.
So he was nice and you liked him.
Yeah, he's
All right,
nice.
well, that's a
and I
fucking
liked him.
horrible story. So
Oh.
let's move on to something else. I
Yeah.
thought there'd be something funny.
Bringing the energy up.
It was really great. He's a good man.
And now he's dead.
And now he's dead, and it's too bad. I
He
mean,
can't collect rent.
Since we don't know how he died, we should speculate.
how do you think he should have died? Chance?
Heart attack.
A very comical piano accident is what I'm putting my money on.
Piano, but like to fall on him.
Yeah, you know, and then like a few keys play when it hits.
I don't know. I figure he would have. I don't know what he would have died of. He shouldn't have been dead. He was too young to die, you know. Oh, I didn't know I cried. I was sitting. Hey, but I was having selfish thoughts. Like, wonder what that motherfucker thought of me. Because he died thinking whatever the last thing he thought about me was true.
Right.
So I wonder what that was. Was just like, God damn it, she's fucking late on rent again, and I let her have that stupid animal, and I'm gonna have to repair everything that she's broken.
Yeah, he was probably talking to his partners like, she's gonna fuck. We're gonna go to court over this bitch or something.
I'm gonna have to sue her for probably like 12G in damages to his apartment, and then he's dead, and he didn't even.
There were no damages to the apartment.
He didn't even remember the good things about me.
He's
I know.
dead. All that shit happened.
He's dead. It's gone now. Now I can lie.
You don't have to lie because the reality is you leased this apartment and it had a bunch of problems.
I had a humongous hole in the
Holes.
ceiling.
Yep.
The toilet did not work. The kitchen sink did not work.
The kitchen sink didn't
My
work.
kitchen sink does not work. It hasn't since I did not work. The kitchen sink did not work.
The kitchen sink didn't
My
work.
kitchen sink does not work. It hasn't since I moved in.
I guess my kitchen sink doesn't work either.
I can use, you know how like you pull the.
Like
I
the
don't
sprayer.
know. No, the thing that you push it up.
The only thing you've said is thing.
What would you push up? What is this fucking like dog dick shaped fucking thing that you push sideways or forward or up or down to turn it on and off? What would you technically call that?
You were like about to draw a picture. Like
I can't. My pen is. I left it open.
There it goes.
Okay,
Draw a picture.
so
I have no fucking
it's
clue.
like this thing that controls this. That thing, yes.
It looks
you
like a
know.
fucked up horse hoof.
But you know, like the water comes out right here.
Okay.
And you push this up or down. Kind of hard, difficult to understand.
No. I'm not sure what that thing is called.
What would that be called? The nozzle, what would you call that?
I just call a plumber and ask him to fix it.
What would you call that? I mean, like usually, because
think
this
he
is
has the
the
right
spigot,
answer.
like the thing that comes out, where the water
Hey,
comes
professional, we come fix this shit. It's not working.
out. I don't.
That's why Alyssa hasn't gotten it figured out. She tried to call the plumber and she didn't know what to call the thing that was broken, so she just hung up.
Gave up. I didn't
Yeah.
even call the plumber. I was too lazy. It won't come out the spigot, but it'll come out the handhold sprayer,
Mm.
which is a problem.
Yeah, that's what's fucked up with mine. Is like we have to like fucking tie the sprayer tube off.
And see, because also I only have 15 minutes of hot water. Like by the time that I turn the hot water on to get in the shower and the water's warmed up, I've got like 10 minutes. Also, I only have 15 minutes of hot water. Like by the time that I turn the hot water on to get in the shower and the water's warmed up, I've got like 10 minutes or less. Too bad.
Okay, your rent has got to be like $20.
It's like 500.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I live in a 3-bedroom
And
it's
I pay all
800.
I'm logging out. I'm on your computer, but I'm logging out of your Facebook because it's so tempting.
Just,
I only post
that's the
one
good one.
thing.
That's the nice Facebook.
Yeah, you have 2 now.
Yeah. Look, I have the one for this and then the one for my family because I don't have to, but you know what? One of them's going to get banned, so I have to have something to do. And I lost my fucking retard. So
You're going to get banned.
I am going to get banned.
Go a little deeper into that losing your retard.
I lost my retard.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Honestly, I don't want to talk about it because it was fucking great. It was so funny.
I mean,
How did you lose her? I'm gonna hold that against you. Like,
I had a retard talk about things, and what happened was that she couldn't prove her identity because we never got
on Facebook.
Yeah, we never got our social security number, and so they told us she can't exist anymore, and they.
So she was real, but
they killed
she can't exist on Facebook because she doesn't have an ID. Because she's retarded. Why would she have an ID?
Yeah, I know.
dang, you guys should make a deal about it.
She's an adult. Like, how are you supposed to ask a retarded adult to be like, get your identifying documentation? And she's like, I'm taking a pee. You know, she said, pee coming out.
She was so funny though.
She was beautiful. She was smarter than people wanted to give her credit for.
So what did you use this retarded person's Facebook for, though?
Head. To get head.
Here was her profile.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sissy Tism. Her intro said, "Possums are strong. Possums scare me. Look at my ass. Vacuum is fun to do clean.
Yes.
To do clean."
Yes.
That's
She
beautiful.
vacuumed my house whenever I wanted. And it was not even a chore for her. It was like I gave her a gift.
Indentured servitude.
She loved possums. That's how I know that motherfucking raccoon was not a possum. Because she done showed me all the possums that exist in the world today.
I have a message from Sissy to Wit's Ice Cream. Bring ice cream to my house. And then they said, "Thank you for messaging us. We are currently making some delicious custard. We will get back to you shortly." Sissy, "No, I want it now. My mom says no. Told her yes. Bring it to me. I have 17. Money."
That's fantastic.
She does know what she wants. And, well...
17 money's worth of ice cream.
That's a lot. I mean, that gets you like one ice cream cone at Wits.
I've never been to Wits.
Gets you a double... How you not ever been to Wits? Wits is good.
Which one
Custard
is
is good.
Which one is
Custard
it?
is good. It's custard. Fuck the gelato. I don't fucking like that gelato. It's no good.
Okay.
Fuck it. I don't like ice cream. I'm not going to go to Ollie's ice cream or fucking whatever ice cream place. Fuck you and your ice cream. You shouldn't invite children to your house to get ice cream. That's disturbing. You go to the custard place where there are other custard places in place where they have the little Buckeye Valley. They support the pigs and animals at the fair and whatever, and you get the ice cream and then you leave. I don't even want it in the cup. I don't even want to pretend like I'm a part of their community. I get the pint of ice cream, which is not ice cream, it's custard, and it's very good. You get the Almond Joy one. That's good. That one's a good one.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yes.
You're gonna get fat.
It's already happening.
I'm not going to get fat. I started working out.
You worked out once, what?
I worked out twice.
Oh.
And to be fair, I did only work out once. I went to the sauna multiple times.
That's not working out.
So we have a Patreon. It's not really set up yet because we haven't done anything.
Pay me
We're
to not get fat,
but
yeah.
if we'll hook it up after the show here.
Yeah.
We'll link it up. But if you pay us $20 a month, Dimps will get fat.
No! I guess I have no choice, though. If you do, then I will gain, like, what percentage of weight and for what period of time? Because it can't be forever, man.
20%.
Of my body weight?
Increase, yeah.
Of my body weight?
Yeah.
What, like $110?
Yeah.
That's pretty good weight gain.
But what if it's only muscle, though?
That works.
How can you decide whether or not it's fat or muscle?
if you're uglier.
I don't know. Sometimes they get so like chicks get all muscly and then they look like a turd, but like a dry turd.
That's
You know, I don't know. Sometimes they get so like chicks get all muscly and then they look like a turd, but like a dry turd.
That's
You know?
You're not wrong, dude. You're not wrong.
If you want to see Dims get fat, spiral into alcoholism and suicide.
Yeah, maybe $20 is fat, and then $40 she gets so buff she looks like a turd. That's what. That's what the. That'll cover the Y membership.
Fun, fuck it. I'll allow it to happen. If you do it, I'll get fat for you. 20% of 110 is
22.
Is that 22? So I'd be 132 pounds. Actually, I might look better, to be honest. So this could be a good thing. You could sell my ass pictures. Pictures of my ass would be fatter. It would be more fatter. And my thighs, too. Maybe my tits would be bigger, too. But my stomach, you just have to crop out.
Unless you were like
How
those.
tall are you?
I'm 5'4".
I think it'd be funny if you were like one of those fat chicks who like ended up with no tits. Because like
Yeah.
that's the saddest thing I've ever seen.
No,
in my
it would
life.
happen to me too, because my tits are not getting any bigger. Like, my sister has humongous tits. My sister has like triple D tits. I do not have the tits. I did not get the tits. I got my mom's body. I did not get the dad's side family body. They all have.
Your dad have big tits?
That dad has humongous tits. He's got
She
like.
told me her dad had a big dick.
He's got.
What the fuck?
My dad does have a big dick, bigger than my stepdad's.
Oh, yeah, now I remember. It came from your mom. Her mom was talking shit. Right?
Yeah, she was. She was like, you know what? Your dad had a bigger dick, but your stepdad works harder and makes more money, and that's why I'll put up with it.
She didn't tell you directly.
Yes, she did.
What the?
I thought you had heard it from someone else.
I'm both.
Holy.
Now that I'm older,
Damn.
I'm like, you know what? This motherfucker's dick is not big enough to be talking to me like that. And she's like, you know what? You are absolutely right. I'm both.
Holy.
Now that I'm older,
Damn.
I'm like, you know what? This motherfucker's dick is not big enough to be talking to me like that. And she's like, you know what? You are absolutely right. I could take a small dick with more money any day. Yeah.
She's being honest, though.
I can tell.
You know what? That's what age and experience does to you. It shows you where it's best to make concessions in life.
I don't know, though. You know, that's one of those deathbed regrets. Like,
No.
oh, I wish I would have taken the bigger dick.
No, because you can always buy dildos. Like, you can't buy bigger dildos if you don't have enough money to buy bigger dildos.
Can always steal a dildo.
You could,
No
but that's
one's
hard.
using dildos out here.
I know. You shouldn't. I don't think that it's right. I think it's wrong.
Your proponent.
What was
is
that
like
quote from Thomas Jefferson? Something about the black man, like created for a dildo. What was it?
Yeah, it was, it's my job.
Basically,
to
Thomas
remember.
Jefferson said blacks were dildos.
They are. I mean, it's like a fetishistic thing. I mean, I get it.
Like he was like the OG cock. Is that what it
yeah.
was?
He was breeding them. And that's why he decided, he said, it's basically like I'm fucking them because they're my property. Right?
Okay.
They're my property, so I'm fucking these black women, and so that was how the dildo, the whole idea of a dildo was born, was because of Jenghis Jefferson. That was who did that.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was like dill pickle, and then he had a slave named Doe, and then the
Doe.
pickle was like a dick.
Yes.
Yeah, it was like dildo.
Yeah.
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 He was not very witty. He was smart as fuck, but Thomas Jefferson was not funny.
No, he did not have a good command of the language. He was actually an immigrant.
But how much would you pay for Thomas Jefferson porn to see him fucking those slaves?
An
But
immigrant.
how much would you pay for Thomas Jefferson porn to see him fucking those slaves? Can you
A
imagine
lot.
if we had cameras back in the
I
day,
tell
all
you
the
what.
shit we could have captured?
Do you know that they would be selling that shit to, it would first be, they would be fighting, individual multi-billionaire trillionaires would be fighting with places like the Met and the the Museum of National History and shit like that. It would be three
If I
three
could go back
players,
in time, that's what I would
you know?
do. I would capture video of all this shit.
Maybe he had somebody drawing, they would do the quick drawings of the stills and then flip it, and they created the flip books.
He'd be like, "You get that?" And they'd be like, "No, you busted too fast."
Yeah, I said that little fucking dark skinned bitch. And her big lips just fucking sucked the cum right on me. Yeah, just like 3.2 seconds. It was so good.
It would be great just to hear the founding fathers talk about bitches, period. Yeah, I fucked her. How do you think they talked about, like, when they...
If I were a man, I would want to fuck a bitch of every race so that I could see myself in different colors. Get them all pregnant.
You stole that from some...
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah. I feel
did.
like I've heard that before.
I did, but it's true. It's
All
true.
right.
I feel that way, too. It resounds through me. It's true. You know what? It's an infectious thought. There are infectious thoughts, I think. That's what the media tries to do to us.
They do.
Infect us with thoughts.
They do it.
Yeah.
They don't try.
No, they do it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they try because sometimes it doesn't work on me. Other times it does.
Yeah, no, they keep trying to make me think that Panera's good, and I just
Have
can't.
you ever eaten at Panera?
I have. It's not
What
good.
do you get when you go to Panera?
I've gotten all the things because every time I say
Everything.
Panera's not good, then somebody's like, "Oh, you didn't try this
What
pretentious
would you,
name."
if you had it? If we were like, we're going to Panera right now, what would you get?
I don't know.
If we were like, we're going to Panera right now, what would you get?
I don't know. I'd go in there and I'd look at the pictures.
Wait,
look
you
at the
get
pictures?
food or pastries or what?
I've tried all of it, man. I had a friend who worked there for a while,
Yeah.
and then he would steal shit from there, like when he was getting off. It was, never mind.
No.
It's just like one of those places that it's not good or not good. Because they make sandwiches.
I like their Greek salad. That's what I get when I go there. Their
If you can
coffee
fuck
is
up
fine.
a sandwich, then you have...
They did fuck up a sandwich. Their bread, when they toast it, it's like the inside of it is like fucking fiberglass. My mouth is bleeding after I'm done eating one of their fucking sandwiches.
Jelly Belly's the same. Yeah.
But they're good, so, they can get away with it. But
They have a Chipotle chicken avocado at Panera. It's pretty good.
Okay. See, I just get the
Chili?
salad.
Their chili's kind of whack.
yeah.
I go to places for one thing, and it's usually a sauce or sauce kind of thing. That's the only reason like that I'll go to any
Something
fast. I know it's a barbecue sauce. It's the supreme barbecue sauce of all the others. I tell you. Yeah, and Wendy's is the worst. Wendy's has the worst barbecue sauce. I still ask for it to dip my fries in, but
Your fries
yes,
in?
my fries.
What are you...
I dip my fries in barbecue sauce. I don't do it in ketchup. No, not ketchup. It's barbecue sauce every time. And
This is why you get kicked out of places.
And Taco Bell, it's the mild sauce. It's a mild sauce. It's not that the mild sauce is any different from the hot or the fire sauce. It's just diluted in a sense, like in the texture, the consistency, everything is the way I want it. I go to Olive Garden for the salad dressing. I don't go to Olive Garden and order fettuccine Alfredo because I can make fettuccine Alfredo for 10 people for the same price that I can for one plate of it there. And I'm not fucking retarded. So I go and get the salad and make them keep. And then I get the pleasure of being like, no, I want more salad. And I pay $6 to eat at Olive Garden. And I cheat salad and make them keep. And then I get the pleasure of being like, no, I want more salad. And I pay $6 to eat at Olive Garden, and I cheat the system.
Note to self: do not take DIMPS anywhere.
I go
That's exactly what I was about
Subway.
to say.
All I get at Subway is the sauce, the sweet onion chicken teriyaki. That sauce that they put on it.
All right, I second that. The sweet onion.
That's it.
At Subway is fantastic.
That's fucking. I don't want the chicken. That's fucked up. The chicken's all fucked up. I just want the sauce. All I want is the sauce.
We have to redefine this show.
Sauce top.
Bringing us back to the topic of the day.
You know what? Whatever. It doesn't matter. It's Jesus. Everything has to do with Jesus. Everything feeds back into what he wants.
Who?
Jenghis.
Never even heard of Jesus.
I
She
don't
almost got
know.
slapped out of her goddamn seat.
That's
for
what
that.
happens when you allow people to relapse.
So what are we gonna do about Facebook and the censorship? I mean, we're losing profiles. We're trying to stay.
Kill Mark Zuckerberg.
Are we terrorists? Do you think?
I
Technically.
think, yeah, we are technically terrorists.
If we aren't, we should be.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. It's starting to look like they are right.
That's why, we had communicated, like, maybe it's time to leave to make exit plans, too. I would go to the Middle East. Like, fuck it. There's a lot of really, really, really wealthy, successful people that are posting up shop in the Middle East. Like,
Yeah, but like
in the United Arab
the
Emirates.
political game over there is even worse because you can fuck up over there and get killed.
Mm.
You know, like they're.
It'd make it even better.
You're not allowed to do all kinds of shit.
Me, no.
And
Like, no, not
even
me.
dudes, you can't even fuck bitches over there. I don't think.
In certain places, like in Egypt, no, you gotta find the right place. Do you know anything
Egypt.
about
Egypt is
United-
fucked up.
well,
I mean, we could go trap in Egypt.
arguably it's just as fucked up here.
Yeah, but the
Maybe we
person
should
who
make-
said that was retarded.
Maybe we should make America like Egypt.
Here's the problem is that we can't control, like, we physically can't control the people.
You
and
have
we
to unite
don't-
the people. The people are fucking, like, people are fighting against their allies, really.
Right? I think that the
Yeah.
problem with our riots is that the
They're
two
not-
sides, it's like a
It's
bunch of
sides.
soy boys, and I can't
soy boys.
root for a soy boy, but I don't want to root for a white supremacist either. So like
I don't even, like, the white, like, it's not even real.
oh,
I have never seen a white supremacist hold up that long with his argument when he's pressed. He always folds up like, well, you know, it's like the government.
yeah.
Dude, you don't even hate other people. You just fucking are pissed off.
Oh,
about
we gotta
life.
see that movie Black Klansman or whatever.
Mm.
You gotta see it. We gotta go. We should do that as a team.
White
Black.
supremacists need to ally with fucking inner city.
Yes, they do.
Mhm.
I mean, we've known that for a long time. Is that the people that forge that sort of
And then
known that for a long time. Is that the people that forge that sort of
and then we'll get murdered by the fucking government. But
yeah, they will.
hey,
But better riots, I think.
The argument essentially is that class because America is a capitalistic system, that class supersedes all other identifying traits of a person. And that's why they try to push us towards, like, the identity politics of, like, oh, I'm trans, oh, I'm a multiracial, I'm a this kind. It's because they don't want us to focus on the real problem, which is money. And the fact that, like, all the white supremacists, people that are inclined to be racist, are also inclined to be in the same economic bracket as the people that they hate.
right.
And it would make sense that you would force those people not to get along because there's so many of them. Like, if you think about it, the fucking, what is it they would say? The 98%, is that what it was? Or like the 99, whatever?
Yeah.
It's like, well, if you have 90%, 99, at least 90, you know, but you had the whole percentage of those motherfuckers on your ass, like, no, this is not cool.
I don't know. The
They
1%.
would die. They would fall and die. It would be like that Rick and Morty. You ever watch Rick and
yeah.
Morty wherever they have them?
They dropped the currency to 0. Yeah, I know what you're
Yeah,
talking
wherever
about.
they have that, and that one bitch, like, she's like, I have a boyfriend, poor Morty. But they kill all the rich people in their society, and then the purge is no more.
Oh.
All the poor people stop purging each other because they killed all the rich people that were doing that.
Well, no, that's not how it ended. Then, don't you remember how it ended? Then they're like, then they were
They
like,
decided they recreated.
yeah, they were like, well, we need somewhere where we can get our aggressions out.
We're gonna pretend that the cycle of existence does not happen.
Yeah, I think you didn't get the point of the you didn't get the point of the
No,
episode.
I did, but we're
Oh.
just gonna conveniently ignore parts of that, like most people conveniently ignore parts of their scripture.
Sounds
See,
good.
this is what we're gonna do as a religion. We're gonna eliminate all the parts of scripture that nobody wants to hear, so that you only have to adhere to the parts that you already like and believe in. That's what religion should have done from the get-go.
Yeah, just into every single book, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, fuck you, I don't know what I'm talking about, and then you can have, like, plausible deniability for everything.
Yeah, you know, you
know?
believe this, it's your fucking choice. It's not
Yeah.
my choice. Like, you can't blame me for this shit.
Yeah, you know, like, you say some crazy shit, like, I don't know, like, spiders cause autism.
Personally, I
and,
believe
like,
in it.
I do too. I mean, why else would I kill a living thing if I
I'm a
didn't
real
think
follower.
that?
I have no idea.
If I didn't believe in Jenghis Crips, I would not have killed a living creature.
That's right.
I believe that
You didn't kill
wholheartedly.
it. You killed it, but you
killed
sacrificed
it, but I gave it over to. It wasn't the fish that I killed.
Mm-hmm.
It was. I did.
Was that why it snowed? It was like his
did
cum.
It snow?
Yeah. Yeah, it was like a fucking blizzard
It
that day.
was.
Right? That's how you know.
Bless us and thank Jenghis for all that he's done.
It was
for us.
Jenghis's cum right there. Was the
you know
snow.
what? And I'll catch it on my tongue. I'd stick my tongue out and I'd catch the flakes. Because that
Receiving his love.
I have an intimate relationship with my Lord and Savior,
Mm-hmm.
Jenghis Crips.
You fuck up fish and he comes on you. That's.
I talk to him more. though.
He does talk to him more. He talks more than I do, actually. You would never believe it.
Yep, I'm actively not believing it.
No, I found God. I have. He found me, really.
He
found me.
Yeah.
But we can't get into it.
You'd be a shitty god if you found him.
If I found him?
You know.
Why does everybody want to shit on me all of a sudden?
I wasn't shitting on you.
I'm about to just dump my blood cup all over the floor.
What the fuck is a blood?
Wasn't shitting on you.
I'm about to just dump my blood cup all over the floor.
What the fuck is a blood cup?
It's my blood
Whatever the
cup.
fuck I found in the fucking bathroom.
Shh. You didn't find anything.
It's because I
wasn't
put
mine.
paper towels over.
Did you do that?
Well, because
Why didn't you come in and yell at me?
Because I was taking a shit, and then I was like, I don't want to look at that while I'm taking a shit.
What do you mean you don't want to look at blood while you're taking a shit? That's inconsiderate.
It was like, it wasn't like normal blood consistency. It was like it was like the consistency of chili, but like with blood.
I don't think that's blood.
It came out of you. I don't fucking know.
Where was it located?
In the trash can, off to the left side.
Why are you in the trash can, nigga? What are you doing in the trash can?
I was taking a shit, and then I blew my nose.
All three
and
of
then
us women are on our periods right now, just to tell you, in the building, in the located.
In the trash can, off to the left side.
Why are you in the trash can, nigga? What are you doing in the trash can?
I was taking a shit, and then I blew my nose.
All three
and
of
then
us women are on our periods right now, just to tell you, in the building, in the actual realistic company that
They're
we
now
work
aligned.
in. All three of us fucking are ragging at the same time. If you found it in the trash, it's any one of ours. If you find it dripping all over the place anywhere else, that's probably me. Yeah. I tried to look.
Sometimes when you say the real world company, it just hits me like, oh my god. Like, we do real work during the week. It's Saturday and we're sitting here talking this shit. But going back to the economy, so dude, it's been studied. Like, so in the 40s, an American born was almost certain to become more prosperous than his or her parents. But in the 80s, it was just as likely that they were to be worse off. And that's kind of bottom line. It's like nowadays, it's you can't.
And the things that people will tell you from childhood on will help you to succeed and do better than your parents even is a lie. It's just it's just another method of marketing to you. Like the whole education system and like higher education, private schools especially. It's like, oh, we'll sell you a $250,000 plus degree printed on $1.17's worth of paper in a regular printer. And we'll tell you that will give you a future, and it won't. You'll end up working at a pizza shop.
Well, it's all going to work out the way.
You know?
I mean, bottom line is nature's nature, and we're going to fade.
Right? The number one way to collapse any society is hungry people.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
hungry people.
Hungry people. That's when you start murdering people.
But if people
heads don't roll until people are hungry.
Here's the thing that makes me kind of conflicted though. Is like they've given us things that will distract us even from our hunger. Like
that's the worst part. Is
kind of conflicted though. Is like they've given us things that will distract us even from our hunger. Like
that's the worst part is that
the smartphones, like the technology of it distracts us from our hunger. Like you think about it, and 2 years ago, all these South Korean kids were dying in internet cafes of exhaustion because they were refusing to eat or drink or like excrete because they were too caught up in the games that they were playing. And like, yeah, that is isolated cases in a place that's not ours, but at the same time, like you can see that though, like people that will freak out, like the way it's like an addict, like it's crazy. I've seen crackheads, like you see a crackhead going through the carpet, like picking up little crumbs of graham crackers and stuff that's
graham crackers
been dropped years ago and stuff. Well, because they're looking for more crack.
See.
And they're willing to shove anything in their pipe if they could potentially make them high, whatever. But like people with their phones and stuff, you ever seen it? It's like, oh, does somebody have a charger? Like, oh my god, I need to charge my phone right now. Like, oh my god, it's about to die. Like, if the phone.
But it makes sense. You are dependent on it though. Like, imagine, like if you needed Uber.
I could walk.
I know.
I try not
but actually,
to go.
I realized I was in D.C. recently, and my phone died, and I was out on a journey. I was walking, and so I had to go find a cab, and it took a while, but it was not like not doable. Like,
it's not. It
just takes more work, is all.
Yeah. When I was in Louisiana, apparently I didn't pay my phone bill, so we're like on our way back, and then we couldn't get Google Maps to work. And then, I don't know, my friend Ray was just retarded and he couldn't figure out how his phone worked. But we just had to wander around until we found the McDonald's that I could, like, boost the Wi-Fi. Yeah.
Yep. Well, I have gone so long without a smartphone that I just know. I mean, now I can better sense, like, the dependencies that have been created. Like,
But you know, like,
right.
you keep leaning back on that, like, the fact that you just got one.
Yeah.
But you know, you're already
I'm
hooked.
sucked into
You're hooked.
it.
You're
I know
sucked
I
into
am.
it.
I am, but because I went the majority of my life.
But see, you're gonna talk that shit for another year.
Yeah.
I know, and
To
then
deflect, like, oh, it's not me. It's you. It's you guys.
Yeah, I can speak from experience. I got my first fart.
You guys.
Yeah, I can speak from experience. I got my first fart.
My first fart phone.
My first fart phone. 4 years ago, and I'd like talk shit about like how I could always put it down and stuff, and then now I freak the fuck out. Like I'll get like 5 minutes away from driving away from home, and I'll be like, oh, I don't got my phone, and I have to turn around. Like Day's plans will revolve around where my phone is, so it's only a matter of time.
I bought a flip phone.
He couldn't
recently.
do it. He failed.
Well, you know, it's about like so. I like my smartphone for.
Yeah, like
my
a crack addict
like my
crack.
calendar in the morning.
Yeah,
I like
I
to know what the fuck I have to do in the morning, and I
to
can't
know where
see it
I
on
can
a
smoke,
a dumb phone.
Yeah, it's not like you can do that on paper.
I like to listen to music in my car off my phone.
I know.
I can't listen to it on a dumb
Well,
phone.
I couldn't listen to it in my car even if I had the car that I had before because it had a CD player and no aux.
No, you gotta get. You ever see the thing that you shove in there and it like has like a cord that comes out?
Stick the CD in there and there's a cord that comes out of it and you plug it into your phone.
Is it for CD?
Yeah,
they,
I'm not
they
buying
make them
that
for both,
shit.
I think.
I'm not buying that shit. I have a problem with buying things because I've been poor my entire life until now. And the only thing that I'm bougie about is like when I'm making when I'm doing for others, really. It's like when I'm doing for others.
Well, you make me feel like an asshole.
No.
I'm the opposite.
I don't buy shit for myself. I buy shit for other people. Like, I'll go and I'll spend a lot of money to take other people out to dinner and be like, give a good experience and have a fun time with them. But if I were to go out I would go out and spend no money. You know what I mean? I spend very little. I'd be like, oh, okay, I'm going to have a drink and I'm going to have, like, the cheapest salad on the menu and go home. And that still feels like spending money to me. Like luxurious to me. I don't buy objects. Like, I bought my Xbox. I bought it used for like $50 from somebody that I knew, and they gave me all the games that I had for it. And then I coordinate with my brother to I bought my Xbox. I bought it used for like $50 from somebody that I knew, and they gave me all the games that I had for it. And then I coordinate with my brother to make his Xbox my home Xbox, so I use all his games, copy his games, and I have his games because he's cool with spending money on it. That's cool. And if Xbox is going to let us have the copy, then that's fine. Why would I not do that? I struggle with that. It's money though. Like, it's basically just like it's just like an advertising machine that you buy. Think about like all the ads that you see over the course of a single day just by virtue of looking at your phone.
Yeah.
If you did not have that, you could not be advertised to like that. Before, it required you to sit down in front of a TV. It required you to actually make the effort and set aside the time. Now they can advertise to you all day.
And what's funny, though, is that it's all advertising, yet media companies are failing left and right. They're struggling to survive. They create all the content.
Independent media companies are failing because they're being...
Amazon, Netflix, who else? AT&T, they own like HBO now. NBC,
It's because
Comcast.
people are afraid to fail. It's also about a fear of failure.
Viacom.
I would rather fail than sell out to one of those motherfuckers.
Yeah, until they hit you with like a $10 million offer.
No, fuck them. No,
We'll
fuck
pay you
them.
$10 million to shut the fuck up.
No.
I'd take their money and then
No.
start
I would
talking
too.
again.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Move to Russia, like chill with
we'll take-
Snowden.
That's
take
what
the
I'm
money.
saying. I'm saying go somewhere else. No, fuck you. Fuck you and all your shit. You don't get all of my work. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to buy all the work that somebody else did.
Yeah.
The direction, and somebody else can pick up from that. It's like, no, I don't want that. That's mine, and you don't get it. I'll go somewhere else. Fuck you. I'll go to Africa.
That's why I make the business decisions.
No.
Yeah, I know.
No, fuck you. I'll go to Europe. I'll go to Eastern Europe, and then I'll go to fucking all the underdeveloped places where people will buy into me. and then I'll be the person that controls all these underdeveloped places that you didn't give a fuck or a consideration to, and now they're mine, and they are loyal to me now, and fuck you. Like, fuck
there
you, you
goes
got
our
the US.
strategy.
Your US people are
Jenghis Crips
retarded.
fucking religious strategy to take over the world.
It doesn't matter what we do, man. It doesn't fucking matter.
See,
it just matters that it is.
I don't know. If you lived in like Europe or something, you'd totally be in jail for like some kind of like speech
She's gonna be in
laws.
jail.
Well,
I'm going
regular
to
jail
end
too.
up in prison for the rest of my life, and it's something that I'm reconciling now that I'm young.
It's
Yeah.
inevitable.
By the time I'm 45, yeah, I'll probably be put up. So I have to
Murder,
to prioritize my
prison, or suicide.
I don't think you go to
High.
prison for suicide.
No, it's just those are the
Oh,
three
okay.
ways she'll die.
No, because if I end up in a life sentence at a certain point, like when I can't be effective anymore, I will kill myself.
I think that I'll die from accidental suicide, cause
Like how?
well, like I just have almost done some real dumb shit,
Yeah.
and someone walks in and is like, oh, you almost killed yourself there, and it has happened more times than I can count.
I need description.
That's terrifying.
Like okay, like when I was 7, I just didn't know the thing with like the knives in the toaster and shit. So like I'm about to shove the knife in the toaster, and my mom's like, oh shit, don't shove a knife in the toaster. One time I was super cleaner to clean the shit out of your room. So then I was like, I'm gonna get this bleach, and then I'm gonna like get some ammonia, and then my
you
mom
mustard gassed yourself.
I almost mustard gassed myself, and then my mom was like, Jesus Christ, are you trying to put bleach and ammonia together? Which is funny that...
You would think though, rationally.
Yeah, and then one time I was cleaning out a gutter, and then I'm just trying to lean too far over, and then it started to fall, and then I was able to catch myself on like the brim of it, just dumb shit like that. But I know that's how I'm gonna go down, because like at least once a week I do something where I was like, that totally could have killed me.
It could have led to my death.
Yeah, and it's like
My untimely death.
it's always me being like really, really dumb, and like I can just like retroactively
In the
look
car,
at it.
motherfucker. I tell you what, I have to tell you that. Like, I don't think of you as an unsafe driver.
I
just don't think of you as a safe driver.
I drive like
I have to tell you that. Like, I don't think of you as an unsafe driver.
I
just don't think of you as a safe driver.
I drive like an old lady, alright?
No,
I drive slowly, but I just don't notice things. I blow through stop signs extremely often.
It's not about the stop signs. It's like
Critique my driving.
It is an old lady thing to do where you hesitate. See, and I've made comments before where it's like, you know what? Instead of hesitating, I'll just wait. I'll just wait until the next person passes by to go.
How adult
And
of
that's
you.
very obnoxious to the person behind me. But I don't care about other people because I'm inconsiderate.
Okay.
Okay?
I follow.
And so, but you'll be like, oh, I could have gone, okay, I could have gone. And then like at the last moment where you almost can go, but you probably shouldn't go, then you go. And you're like, oh.
A critique
okay.
critique of your reenactment. I don't say oh, I say oh.
Well,
Oh.
that's some...
Committed to the Ohio.
Man, when I was in Louisiana, we were like fucking with everybody, because like everybody we talked to would immediately identify that we were from like somewhere else, you know. So me and my friend wanted to like turn it up to 11, so we were like Minnesota, like half Minnesota, half Canadian.
Okay.
Like, oh geez, can we get a new tire there, eh?
You're like a French fucking Scandinavian isolated hermit. Go.
Sure, yeah.
yeah.
But it was really funny talking to these Cajun people that you couldn't. My friend,
Whoa, sorry.
he watches the Canadian version of Cops, which is...
Yes, that's a good show. It's on Netflix.
What's it called, though?
I forget.
It's something so, like timid. Like...
There's so much more
like,
better.
You're going to jail, eh?
Yeah, there's so much more nice about it, though. They're like, I'm trying to help you, and you're just really being disrespectful to me, and you know...
If you don't settle down over there, I'm gonna have to get this club out, eh?
The options...
Neither of us want that, eh?
Is it under arrest?
Yeah.
Under arrest!
They don't arrest half as many people as they could or should because they're Canadian.
I have
really,
never...
right? They shouldn't Cops should not be arresting people if they don't have to.
Never
It's a
heard
good
them
show,
once
yeah.
say the phrase like get the fuck on the ground. Like you never
they're
hear
like,
get
hey,
the fuck
will
on.
you please like do this? And then
Yeah.
they're like, why are you being difficult with me right
Yeah.
now?
Yeah, I'm like, how did we get here, eh?
Because they never had the black people issue. They never had the racism. That comes from racism.
They don't have any black people telling them to fucking suck their big nigger dicks.
I'm sure that's exactly what the issue
Fucking
is.
cops in America are fucking fucked, man. Most
Right?
of them are just doomed.
They are.
They know it too.
Yeah, it's like
The good cops know it. That's the good cops always speak up. Like, it's not all of us, but it's like, yeah, but you don't beat dude's ass. The good cops always speak up. Like, it's not all of us, but it's like, yeah, but you don't beat dude's ass. That's
Yeah.
a piece of
It's because
shit.
those dudes with the tiny cocks are the ones that are like slapping their dicks on the face of the ones that have big cocks, and they're just like, you know what, I have a big cock, so like, why am I gonna make issue of this? You know, let him do his thing. Like, if he wants to hit me in the face with it, that's fine. It doesn't change the fact that my dick is way bigger than his, and I fuck more bitches.
What cops don't realize is that they are actually on the... They are...
I stand up
What
for
police
that.
do not realize is that they are on the same side as the blue-collar right and
Yeah, they
the
don't.
inner city left.
They don't.
In the sense that the government...
No,
they're
they
the
don't.
front lines of the government's machine.
Right.
The government
No.
doesn't care if they all die. That's the point.
They
really,
don't.
of
They're
their
soldiers,
existence.
right.
They're soldiers, right.
mm-hmm.
They're
frontline soldiers.
What's
They don't
funny when
care.
people think Trump is like for them, or like there's no connection between them and Trump.
Yeah, there's
Besides
no
that
for
he's
you.
manipulating, just like any politician is going to manipulate his base to get support.
You know what I think the difference is? Like, he just doesn't lie about the crazy shit that he's gonna do. Like, he just looks him in the eyes and tells him, like, the fucked up thing he's gonna do. And then, for some reason, people are like, I'll take that over, like, the person who lies about it. Tells him, like, the fucked up thing he's gonna do. And then, for some reason, people are like, I'll take that over, like, the person who lies about it. Which...
That is the God honest truth. That's what people like my mother and my stepfather who have from nothing. Like, we were bankrupt during the housing crisis. You know what I mean? Like in 2008. Like,
Same
we were
here. That was when I was homeless.
That's when I was struggling so bad and like I was being abused the worst. You know, it kind of makes sense. But you know, and then you think about it now. Man, it's fucking wild. People would rather not be lied to and have the same shit happen to them than they would see a shift in integrity and values, because they know that one is actually more difficult than the other.
We also did it for the
right.
meme, though. Like, that's the other half.
A white man was going to get elected after Obama, period.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It was not going to be a woman. You can't have most of this because they were like, oh, you're a woman. You're not. You
If
got to
you
vote
don't
for a woman.
understand that Hillary was part of the same fucking system, then you are fucked.
Hillary was part of a project that basically pilfered happy children from African families and rehomed them with wealthy, elite white people on the premise of those children not having a good enough life.
Yeah.
And she was a part of this humongous project. That was like one of the things that was revealed from the emails. So it's like, it's not even about the emails. Sometimes it's about what's revealed from the emails. It's like, you lied about yourself. This motherfucker doesn't lie about the shit that he does. And why does it matter? It really doesn't. It's the same.
He doesn't really.
It's the same.
I don't know.
You know?
Well, he probably lies a lot.
He does
but
lie a lot.
He inadvertently lies.
He inadvertently lies, and he's confused about a lot of shit, or he's confused in his thoughts, and he just doesn't care about what he's talking about.
He's 70
I think he just doesn't give a
he's
shit
70.
what you hear.
How old
Yeah.
is he? He's 70-something, right?
I think he's wrong in the ways that his base is wrong.
We should only be hiring people that are like 36 to be our president. The entire workforce issue in the U.S., I think, and like the things that are holding us back are the fact that we rely too strongly on age as a determinant of experience instead of experience as a determinant of experience.
Well, I mean, but they normally go hand in hand.
Sure,
Right.
I'm
But not all the time.
disagreeing,
But not all the time.
You know, but
The other end of that, though, is that an older person who has a lot of experience and has malicious intent can do a lot more.
Damn.
That's right.
That's
Yeah,
right.
they can.
So that it's the double-edged sword there.
It all
where-
comes down to the people, though. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, we don't care about government, really.
Yeah.
No.
God.
We have a lot of people who don't vote.
Because the media distracts us from everything. Yeah,
did
I
you
don't
not vote?
Suck my dick. I don't vote.
You gotta vote.
You,
I'm not gonna vote.
Did you
could
not
vote.
feel the Johnson? because I felt the Johnson.
I'm not gonna pretend like my influence, like the
But it
influence
does.
that I exerted outside of voting is not greater than that which was.
You don't think we could control elections locally?
No, we could, but.
But if
Here's
you
the
on
other
everybody
thing.
voting,
That's how it ties back into the class issue. Is that, you know what? Working at Amato's, technically, legally, I could get off to go vote. But my motherfucking supervisor is not going to authorize me to go take 2.5 hours to stand in line to vote instead of making the goddamn pizza that all the hungry people
that's a separate
want
issue,
to
though.
eat.
What are you saying?
I know, but it's like up until this point, I would not have had the leisure to vote.
Man.
It would have cost me personally money in terms of whether or not it was the direct monies related to me taking the time out to go vote, or the monies related to the fact of me taking the have cost me personally money in terms of whether or not it was the direct monies related to me taking the time out to go vote, or the monies related to the fact of me taking the time out to go vote will cause problems later in the future. Of like, oh, you took the time to vote, therefore
You're just
we're
making
pissed
excuses.
at you. I am making excuses at a certain point, but I'm also making explanations.
Who do you think is going to win the next election?
I don't know who's going to be in the next election.
I think Bernie Sanders is going to win.
You think Bernie Sanders?
That,
Bernie Sanders.
It terrifies me, though.
Bernie Sanders is too old to win. That's his problem.
He's not that... Okay, so apparently...
That's the only problem. It's the same as John McCain. John McCain was not so bad. I mean, he was a piece of shit, but he was not so bad. But he could not win because they were like, oh, this motherfucker's going to die.
He had to go. He had to go against Obama, though. I mean, he wasn't going to win.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, no. But
He wasn't going to win.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, no. But
We need better orators. We need better communicators.
Yeah. I just
Trump,
think
he's actually good at that, but people don't think he is.
he boils down complex thoughts into bite-sized, like...
He is not, Go
He is
ahead.
good
Go
at
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Nick, can you pull that closer to me?
Yes.
So this
He is
isn't
not,
like-
he is a good, or he is a practiced orator, but he is not elegant. Obama was elegant and he was
Is he
diplomatic.
practiced?
Yes, he's practiced. He was he
I wouldn't call it practice. He's just
It
done
is
it a lot and it's
practice.
worked for him. That's not practice.
That's
Yes, it
exactly
is.
the
That is
definition
exactly
of
what
practice.
Practice
is.
is intentional to get better.
practice is just
Yeah.
that. It's like you continue doing the same thing and getting better
It's
at
the
doing
intention,
exactly
but that's
what
the
you
difference,
do.
though. That's the intention of getting better.
Mm.
Doing something and just happening to be good at it is not practicing.
What do you call that?
Experience.
All right. Gears...
Ian Obama is
Here's the
strategic.
definition of practice: the actual application or use of an idea, belief, or method, as opposed to theories relating to it.
Okay.
I don't think he actually was ever intentional about, like, oh, I read this, I'm gonna go try to be a better orator.
Right.
What he did was, I'm gonna just be myself, and he was like, these people like me. And then he looked at the video, he's like, what did I do? I fucking was retarded. Or I repeated this name over. But he is good. His
syntax.
technically good for reaching his base.
I'm gonna break it down. If I broke down, I'm gonna spend like a month listening to him doing that in my private time and break down his syntactical organization.
It's already
and
been done.
everything.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's already been done, and it is crazy. They've made bots that
But
use
you
a
have
certain
to pay
rule
for
set.
that. I will make it free.
Well, I was more
I'll make
talking
it
about
free.
like it's so predictable.
See, that's
in that
the
way.
thing too. Is like all the shit that has been done, and that's been the shit where it's like we have this information that you want, but you gotta pay us, and it's like, but if you didn't make us pay, and other people had free access to this information, that would solve the very problems that we're faced with that made us do what we're doing and exhaust this effort in the first place.
I see that.
You know? It's like, oh, well, I gotta make money too. That whole trying to participate in capitalism and actually, like, feed yourself and feed your family by virtue of us participating in it, by virtue of us having no choice to participating in it because we are born into it.
You can move.
Is like that's another inhibitor for like progress. Is like, well, I don't have a choice. Like I have to either pay my rent and buy food or die. You know.
Yeah.
And like if we don't do that, that motivate it forces us into this system where we have to also.
There should be more communes and communal living.
I think
everyone
that,
is living in the you really
into this system where we have to
there
also.
should be more communes and communal living.
I think that
everyone is living in the if you want to carve off your own space and create a separate way of living, you have to do it that way. You can't do it within society.
Yeah.
Because everyone's gonna have the same problem.
I've done it. It kind of sucks, but
of course it's gonna suck.
It is also
being alive
beautiful
ultimately
in a
is gonna
way.
suck to an extent.
Yeah.
It is also beautiful. It's like a tribe,
You're trading.
We have a tribe now. We're just not on the same side, and we're all killing each other. It's like the embarrassing tribe from those books where they're like, they just killed each other at the end.
Yeah, but no matter what size group of people you have, they're eventually going to come to the conclusion that the only way to solve their issues is to split into two teams and murder the fuck out of each other. Because that's what they've always done.
That's what they do to us.
So you have to build your systems with that in mind, you know?
Right.
Because it's just gonna matter.
No.
Because in every person has done it. I've done it, you know?
Right.
You have like a friend group, and then you have a counter friend group, an adversarial friend group, and then you all meet up somewhere and beat the fuck out of each other.
Yes.
And that's what you do. And I kind of enjoyed it on a certain level.
No, you do.
The best system would be one that's set up to accommodate that in some way. Whether it's a system that's set up to avoid it to the last minute or what, I don't know. But like our system's obviously failing now.
Yeah.
Because the money and politics have created a self.
They reward only in-group socialization.
Yeah, I think that
they don't have to know, like this, the Illuminati and shit is, I hate it because it's exactly what's happening, but it's not what's happening. It's
not necessary.
They don't have to know each other. The upper classes support each other, period. The lower classes don't do that.
I think they're all working towards the same goal, but it's not like they're together in any way.
Right,
it's just they all know what they want to do.
They know.
And they all are working towards the same goal.
What do you guys think it is that... Okay, so it's easy to think about because they're encapsulated in racist stereotypes, but like what is it that people use their resources towards in the lower classes, like that they could be using to combine with other people?
Credit.
Right. But
Credit.
things like, it's even like, what would a white person spend their money on? So like you think about a white person here that works at a restaurant.
Okay.
They're going to be spending their money on alcohol out to socialize.
Yeah.
And then black people are going to be doing that too. But the way they're doing it is different. How can we change that? And then also like little things like, okay, so the white dude's going to get his haircut every so often at this place. Or like, black women are going to get their nails done a lot. Or things like fucking, I don't know, how can you just like think about all the different things that lower class people are encouraged to spend their money on based on stereotypical and non-stereotypical behavior and then eliminate that and just be like, no, this is why they want us to do that. What if who the fuck cares whether or not you do nails? You don't notice if I do my nails. Neither of you would notice.
I think the higher class people think that the world was made for them,
right,
and that everything was made for their enjoyment, like
right,
restaurants and shit, and they kind of were.
Right.
But the same is true for lower class people.
No,
like
lower class people want different
away.
things. No, lower class people want
They're
different
afraid
things.
of a lot of things too, though. Like I don't want to go certain.
People want.
They're afraid
things.
of a lot of things too, though. Like I don't want to go certain places. Like if I know like a certain demographic's gonna be there. If it's like.
But that's like class awareness in a certain way. Like they're aware of the fact that they're not wealthy.
Do you think they're not aware of that?
No, they are. Everybody's aware.
So they're not going to participate in things that are considered to be for wealthier people, like education or fucking voting or a lot of that shit.
Were you encouraged to go to school, like higher education?
Yeah. I mean.
Did they say like? But what kind of language did they use when they talked about that with you?
Well, actually, so I ended up going to the Career Center a little bit in part because of their not wanting you to do that. Like, they just want to teach you the thing. Because high school, it always seemed like they were teaching you how to go to the place where you learn the stuff.
Right.
And, like, I don't want... That seemed useless to me. So I wanted to go, like, learn fun.
No, the only thing is, like, they sell the experience as being the gateway to the opportunity.
What's different about you guys, though? You're both smart.
Right. But it's because
wise
we were
for beyond your years.
we were actually
Good work
interested in what we did. Like we wanted to learn, and the difference between us and like me and another Ohio Wesleyan student was that like I bothered to think about the things that I was asked to think about in the class. Like I bothered to engage with the material because I wanted to be there in the first place, and they did not. They were like, they just thought like, oh, this is the price of admission to opportunity. Where it was like, to me, I was thinking like, this is the price to admission to the ability to refine skills that will afford me the opportunity.
But did it not work to your advantage then?
No, it didn't, because people assumed that I was the person that was buying the access to the opportunity before anything else. Working class and above. Like the above, they were skeptical because they're like, anybody can fucking buy it. Class and above. Like the above, they were skeptical because they're like, anybody can fucking buy a degree now. And the lower class were like, anybody can fucking buy a degree. And it doesn't matter because like they won't work hard. Like because they've seen college people come to jobs and not work hard at them. Like, it didn't matter to me. I worked at Amato's for 1.5 years, and I put everything that I had into that job. I thought about everything that I did, the way I decorated the plates, the way I did everything, you know?
I mean, the college degrees don't matter.
It's about, like, your investment in a thing. Like, it sucks, but, like, capitalistically, like, you think about everything. You spend time, you spend money, you spend blah, blah, blah. Like, most people would just spend time at work on their phones, like, where they sit. You know, everything's more visible than people think it is.
Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, like college is just a litmus test for if you're a fuckwit.
Will you listen and do what somebody says to do for 4 years?
Right. Yeah. But I mean, what I'm saying though is like,
can you listen to different managers and shit? Can you be told
I guess
like
for big corporations, it's still important.
Will
like, I think that
it's like, can you work on a deadline? Basically, it's like, oh, you have this amount of time to write a paper. It's like maybe that amount of time to write a paper is never going to be perfect for the person to write the best paper that they possibly could. But then it becomes about compliance. It's about reinforcing the fact that like it is arguable, measurable, and demonstrated that you will comply with deadlines. And you will comply with assignments that are given to varying extents of complexity or simplicity within a deadline.
It's part of it.
That's what it is.
But you could also be perceived as not giving up once you've started something, or respecting like the pursuit of knowledge, or wanting to learn a subject, actually learn it. Like I'm a fucking doctor now, and this education shows that I've studied it.
Now it's been declined. That's the ideal. Like that was what I would idealize, and that's why I went to college. You know, that's why probably you went to college. You know, like that's why you chose spin decline. That's the ideal. Like that was what I would idealize, and that's why I went to college. You know, that's why probably you went to college. You know, like that's why you chose a career center and to do something is because it was out of that same impulse. But now I feel like academia has changed. Like that's why I'm not there.
Academia has, but the
if
market
I were not
has,
here, I would be.
The market always
in
needs
a PhD
talent.
program. I would have, like, my dream right now, if 5 years ago you asked me, I would say I would not be here. I would be in a PhD program.
Yeah. But you'd be wasted in a PhD program.
And what does that say about academia? Sure. And, like, what the idealism of academia. That's different.
Somehow, because I learned this the other day. It blew my fucking mind. I knew my mom had, like, student loan debt, right? And she was a good student when she was in high school. And I was like, how much do you actually owe? Because she always just gets these letters, and then she has a good laugh, and then she throws them away.
That's what I do.
So $10,000. I was like, what? Like, she was 17.
Yeah, I was
Someone
15.
let a 17-year-old decide that they could spend $100,000 to go to an art program because she was an artist.
Yeah.
They let a 17-year-old make an awful decision like that. That is horribly cruel.
They sold it to everybody based on the fact that it would help them.
You know what
That's
they told
how
her?
It was made acceptable. I did it at 15. I took on, like, my debt is very minimal because I got good scholarships. But I still have, like, over $20K.
Damn.
You know?
I mean, that's a lot.
That's a lot of fucking money.
I guess I have 10, but
that's
that's for a car.
My rent, that's like 4.5 years of my rent. That's retarded.
Yeah.
That's retarded. And just so I could go to school to do nothing. Like, if I had not had a specific opportunity or sold myself in a specific way, I would still be working at Amato's right across the street.
Yeah.
If I had a specific opportunity or sold myself in a specific way, I would still be working at Amato's right across the street.
Yeah.
Capitalism is the problem.
I don't know.
Well, what's your solution though?
But talent can rise in a capitalistic system.
It can.
It does. Capitalism is
Like,
the evolution
fuck
of
these
business.
degrees. Like, it just doesn't matter.
But the universal progress or the national progress or like the group progress over the individual progress would be it would be like fucking like 20-fold.
All that
if
needs
we
to happen, like,
if we didn't impede each
at a
other.
certain point, there's going to be a benefit to being a freak company.
But I would
right? 'Cause
rather
when all
yeah.
these established institutions start to falter, the biggest skill set that'll be in demand is the people who are willing to take a risk and stand out and be different and oppose authority and do things differently. All the people that are doing that are going to now have an advantage.
We can't be ad whores. That's the only thing. Like, I think that's important. It is. It really is.
We
It's
can
like,
be ad whores.
No, you can't be an ad whore.
You
Totally
You
be an
can't.
ad whore.
Not
E&J,
Apple, E&J.
Thanks for this advertisement.
We love you. I love you. You've given me the gift of violating
That
my
lasted about 30
permission.
seconds of fucking non-ad whore shit until the money shows up.
See, you have to acknowledge it. I think that's what makes a good ad
But
read.
this is
That's the
willful.
politicians. I'll never let you down. What they're saying is, until I get a bigger fucking check, until someone pays me some more money, I won't let you down.
As long
Yeah.
as this is what I like. But that's at least genuine, you know, because we did consume the Apple E&J. It would be dishonest and disingenuous advertising. It would be whore advertising to be somebody like Kylie Jenner who does not drink Apple E&J and be like, I've never had Apple E&J in my life. But then she's like rubbing Apple E&J between her tits. She's like, yes, everything I love is Apple E&J. I drink, you know, she drinks actually very
Look, we don't
expensive
know
shit.
if she actually wanted to do that or not.
You don't know, but I'm just suggesting that disingenuous advertising opportunity. Like, you would do it. You just told all of us and everybody listening that you would do it. And we should not do that. Like, you shouldn't do it for the money. You should do it because you like it and because of the money.
Do either of you listen to
Both.
the Bill Burr podcast?
No. I know we need to actually listen to other people's podcasts.
Okay.
We don't have any reason to understand how they go because of that.
He's like one of my favorite
Yeah.
comedians, but he does his ad reads, and basically, like, he'll read it, and then he'll say what he's thinking about what he's reading, right? So, you know, like, sometimes he'll be getting the copy for the first time, and then he'll be like, they ship you, like, chocolates and a box, like, won't that shit melt? And then, like, you know, he's like, fucking stupid. And then apparently it gets there and, like, within 7 days shipping, like, they're full of shit. They're not going to ship it there like that quickly. But he has enough viewers that people just, like,
you gotta
they'll buy it.
interact with stuff that other people have to interact with too.
Yeah, but if it's good though, then he'll like they're full of shit. They're not gonna ship it there like that quickly. But he has enough viewers that people just like
you gotta
they'll buy it.
interact with stuff that other people have to interact with too.
Yeah, but if it's good though, then he'll like talk it up. He's like, I was wrong.
We should just have a day where we open mail and respond to opening on mail. You bring your mail, I'll bring my mail, and we'll just like read our mail and
Garbage.
we'll just fucking get mad about
We should talk about what we did for the day. Like Kroger, like, you know,
what did I do?
the Red Cross people are out now.
Are they?
I'm not giving any money.
You know what? The bell ringer people? Those fucking
Yeah.
people make me mad.
Yeah.
I hate the bell. Stop
No
making
group of-
noise and telling me I'm wrong. That's all you're doing. Is you're like, you're a bad person. Fucking ding, 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 ding. Like it's an alarm going off. Like you need to give money to somebody or else you're a fucking shit person.
Those
that
things,
makes me angry.
yeah, those people
Yes.
give me anxiety. Like no.
Anxiety? No, they mean I want to fucking fuck up that old person. Fuck you. You're stupid, and you don't even think about the fact that they're using you right now. Just like a myriad of things.
I want to, but like
So what do you do when you see those people? What do you do? Do you just
I go
like,
in
do
the
you-
other
do
entrance
you,
where
like,
there isn't
kinda
one.
Duck like when you're walking out that door of the Kroger. What do you do?
I goes the fuck out of them. All right, they don't
Yeah.
exist. All right.
What do you do?
What's that?
What do? You hate them too.
How do you walk by the people with the fucking
ding-a-lings,
bell?
Yeah.
I just, the same way I do homeless people that I don't want to give money to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, ghost the fuck out of them. Just like
Yeah.
you don't exist
You
for
don't
10
exist,
seconds. Okay, yeah.
That's so shitty. I acknowledge their existence, but I'm like, fuck.
I
you,
mean,
I'm
I
gonna give
will
you my money.
if we make eye contact or they say something to me, I'll acknowledge them.
We all need to go to New York, and you'll learn.
But when
'cause,
they
like,
when they don't say shit, I don't say shit.
Mm-hmm.
but what if? Okay, so what if they said, "Merry Christmas"? What would you say?
Merry
I wouldn't
Christmas.
say shit.
I don't say shit.
Mm-hmm.
But what if? Okay, so what if they said, "Merry Christmas"? What would you say?
I wouldn't say shit.
No, me, I wouldn't say Merry Christmas. I'd be like, Happy Hanukkah, motherfucker. It's not my holiday. You know, I did that to the mall people once out front of Saks, and you know what? I do that every time now. No, fuck you. I don't even celebrate any holiday. I hate Christmas. I hate the holiday time. You're going to make me buy stuff to give to people. You're going to make me do religious things. There's Islam, like the whole holiday of it. No, I don't care.
What do they do? I
matter.
have
It's like my
no
birthday.
genuine idea.
All right, so the head of the Red Cross, non-profit organization, there is money. What do you think the salary would be?
I'm going to say $4 million a year. I don't know. I'm shooting high.
I'm not good at that. He asked me the other day about Urban Meyer. He's like, how much money do you think Urban Meyer make? I'm like maybe like $250,000 a year.
What?
I was like, yeah. And that's why I was like, oh, that the fucking Red Cross dude makes like $28 million a year.
You have to undershoot them.
It's under 1,000?
500.
Yeah, I was going to say, you have to undershoot
I
those
want
people.
him to make
Well, you have to think about
$100,000.
the simplest calculation is
He
this,
should be
is
living-
how much money do they make relative to every other organization
He should make
on the
like
planet,
a cent a day.
and then how, based on that, how, like, what's their level of, not prosperity, but like, if they're, the bigger the company or the more money that's there, the higher level talent needed to run it, and the more money they're going to make relative. And so you need a few benchmarks, though. Like, you know, I know that
It's also a not-for-profit. There's a distinguishment, and maybe you didn't know that, between a non-profit and a not-for-profit. And in certain fucking states, you can say that you're a non-profit and mean that you're a not-for-profit. In New York, it was delineated. So, like, the Poet's House that I work for, it was...
per year.
This makes me sad.
So just put it in perspective, the
It's
Red
depressing.
Cross is a non-profit,
Okay.
and they're a $3.3 billion organization. And the CEO was $500,000, so that's a non-profit.
How do you determine non-profit status?
The goals of the organization.
Yeah, but...
Like for-profit, publicly traded companies have to pursue shareholder value no matter what. They're that's why they're not people.
But, like, how does he
Corporations
even
don't have
make
the same
an
values.
income? He should only make enough to cover his living expense, the bare necessities of living expenses to be considered a non-profit, I believe.
That's what you think until you have to argue the fact that a better leader is going to lead the organization to
Help more
achieve
people.
its goal and help more people. And
Yeah.
that person is going to command a higher salary on the open market.
Why is that person's ability? Because then it prefaces it on ability. Like, why is that person's abilities valued at any higher a price than somebody else who has person's abilities valued at any higher a price than somebody else who has abilities to do other things? Like,
All right.
you know, the type of ability shouldn't predicate, like, the amount of money that you're valued at.
In certain roles, it should, because that role knows.
No,
like,
because
if a major league baseball team is going to pay you money to play a certain position and you can't play it, you don't have the same capabilities. as
no,
somebody
but
else.
then why would you be chosen? You wouldn't be chosen for the position. Go, you have something
Of
to
course
say.
not.
I forgot.
You forgot. What I think no, because it discounts a person. It discounts somebody by virtue of anybody skills being valued as greater than somebody else's. No, you're either good at a thing or you're not, and you can't change that. Like, why is the fact that somebody else is better at doing something that you're not good at doing worse and valued at less than what you're good at doing that they're not good at doing?
Okay, are some people good at things, right? Since
one
some
given
people...
I think what
thing.
she's arguing is that why are different things more different than others? Like why is being better on why is playing the piano better than playing mulch? Here's why. It's because there's more money. There's more money in playing the piano than playing mulch. Like, I'm not gonna, like, rich people aren't paying a lot of money to go to a theater and watch someone play mulch. They're watching piano players. It's a skill.
Yeah.
So there's more money in it, and that's the way the economy works.
No, but
Our money
that
goes
is
to what's important and in
But
demand.
that's what
period.
affects inequality. That's what affects inequality by virtue of the fact of us having money at all. Instead of just trading on virtue of or just doing what we love for no money and helping each other just because we're good people. Like, oh, I'm the fish guy. You know what I love to do? I love to fucking fish all
But
day.
there's a whole species
I
of
have
our
too many
people
fish,
that don't
you
want to
know?
do that.
I
It's like
know.
telling a lion to stop hunting because you're fed. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, in one...
No, but it's just.
That's why I
community
like
usefulness.
That's why I
Community
like
usefulness.
immigration so much. Is because, like,
Why do we
our
need
problem.
it?
We're not like you said it to me. you're not pushed enough. We're not pushed enough. We need more immigrants.
Okay.
Really, like
Okay.
the fact that we have time to bitch about all the shit we are
Okay.
bitching about
Yeah.
is just showing our weakness.
Yes.
We shouldn't have time for it.
Mm.
We're worrying about factories closing. Like, start a new one. Like, where's
Right,
the fucking American spirit? Everyone's like, if this shit doesn't stop,
Right.
or if these factories close,
Right.
our economy is gonna collapse, or we're gonna lose. Like, yeah, we're gonna lose jobs. Like, we gotta move on.
I mean, I feel like you have to keep a certain ratio of like jobs to people, because there's obviously a point where there's more people, and then we just transform our country into, you know, their country.
Everybody has usefulness, though. I guess that's my greater point, is that everybody's usefulness
I want the
is
most.
equivalent.
We need a process
Yeah.
for getting people out of the country and in.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you know, birthright citizenship. I don't know. Fuck that.
Have you
gotta
been
earn your
outside
shit.
of the country?
Yeah.
I have not.
I know yet. We gotta go. We should go as a team. On a global vacay. It wouldn't
A
be
global
necessary.
vacay.
I don't think you should have birthright
necessarily be-
citizenship in the U.S. If you're born here, you're automatically a citizen for life. Fuck that.
How would you do
What
it?
do you mean?
If you're if you fucking bottom out, we're shipping you out.
But where do we
What do you
we
mean?
put you? Nobody's gonna want that.
So you
Nobody
don't,
wants to fucking
So there's no
fuck it.
birthright USA citizenship. So everybody then has to test
No, you have to
for
just.
citizenship.
Yeah, who
Right.
makes
Yeah,
the
you gotta
test?
make
I'd
it
be fucked up with that.
Yeah, we'll
in
come up
some
with some
form
shit.
or another.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. So this is just I understand. So if it's gonna be free market, free opportunity,
Mm-hmm.
and then everybody should just have to be. This is not a nation even. It's
No.
not even a geographical nation. It's not something that you can claim. It's just a space of. A geographical nation. It's not something that you can claim. It's just a space of activity.
Maybe not even space. It's just a level.
Maybe it's
a
just
level.
like a trading post
It's a level.
almost. Like
It's a-
you know,
it's a-
you return home and then but then you have this entire nation space. Why do not all the countries then have some designated geographical continental trading space and then go home to their respective home countries and have like their culture and stuff there?
I see what you mean.
That could be cool.
Yeah, so you would have like the benefit
Why
of
don't we all do that?
yeah, having like you have like
We do it
laws
on the
that you agree
intimate
with
scale.
in your country,
Right.
but you get to operate in a free market.
Yes, you go there every day and you have to have gone through some kind of procedure, la la la. That's what we're edging towards anyway. Maybe that's what they see and that's what we don't see, and they're not bothering about explaining to us why they're doing that. Ooh, how do we push that forward? That could be cool.
Yeah.
That could be
Virtual
cool.
globalism, like.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like, I'm a fucking, like, I would go back to Africa at the end of the day. Like, if I could just, if everybody, and then we could use, like, air travel. We could somehow monetize air travel
Why
in
wouldn't
the same
monetize
sense.
it?
Fuck the cars.
Give it
Like,
away.
take all the cars and take all the scrap and everything. Everybody surrenders all their cars, right? And you just, like, fucking take all your cars, break them up into pieces. It's distributed, turned into money somehow, and then we just all are like, no, we'll just do air travel. We'll fucking make air travel supreme. Every day, it takes 1 hour for me to get from fucking Botswana to New York City and back. Like, and I just fucking live my whole life where
Could have baller ass
that
airplanes
could
though.
be dope.
Having like
If
an
I had
airplane
money,
party
I wish
every
I
day.
need money. I need money to tell people
Right?
to just like make shit.
And now you need money. See, capitalism it always comes back to
Fuck
I need it.
There you
money.
go.
Fuck symbols.
Okay, so I was telling her about this, but I don't think I mentioned it to you. I saw this like and the guy, his only rent was $5 a day and an hour of your work. And then, like, he would just let you stay anywhere on this property. And then that's what all the people there used for currency. But they'd have these, like, crazy parties and stuff. And they actually had pretty
That's
nice
cool.
structures.
Like, my argument would be that's how it's going to work out. Now, the person there, what was the most in demand commodity? Was it weed or certain drugs?
If
or...
anybody had shrooms, you could have made more shrooms.
Shrooms
If
were
you
worth
bothered to
more.
learn about
Okay,
it.
so if that person who made shrooms or grew them
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody
figured out
could-
how to grow more and had more shrooms, he'd
That's
have
what I was
more
thinking.
Income, right?
Right.
All I
He'd
could
have
think
more, 'cause
while
he
I
has
was
more of what
watching
everyone
it.
wants.
Yeah, while I was watching it, I was thinking,
Fair.
if I went in there, I would ruin that place. Because I would be like, I want to be the shroom guy. You know? Like, I would make all the fucking shrooms. I'd get a shroom harvesting machine that I bought because I still have a job. I want to be the shroom guy. You know? Like, I would make all the fucking shrooms. I'd get a shroom harvesting machine that I bought because I still have a job.
But see,
and then I'd come in
coming
there
into
and
the
I'd own
market, it's not, let's say you never did that, and the one shroom dude knew that his shrooms were in demand. And
Exactly.
more, he would get more money than everybody else because he could charge whatever he wanted for the shrooms, first of all.
And now he runs shit.
And now, right. Now, but you come into the market, and you're like, wow, the shroom dude's making a lot of money. I bet I could do it better and make more money.
Exactly.
What you do is you come into the market and you shrink shroom dude's market share down, and you gain some of it, and then the prices go down as a result of competition. So it's better for the consumer.
Exactly. Everybody has more shrooms, but we've created a competitive area,
right.
And then it lost all of the novelty that it originally had.
The competition's key.
But it's only because I wouldn't want to be the second place shroom guy. I would genuinely want to be the shroom guy, but
right.
my ego wouldn't let me be too.
Right.
I would try and get like some
or
shroom
you wouldn't
harvester.
try to do that if you knew that no matter what you did, you would just be on the same plane as shroom dude.
Exactly.
It wouldn't matter. Like once
why
you
would
rise, you're just the same level.
Exactly.
You want to win.
Yeah, like I want it to be acknowledged.
Capitalism is closest to nature.
That's
is. Why,
it's just evolution.
Right, yeah. I don't know if there's a better... There might be, but...
I see.
Yeah, it's closest to nature.
Okay.
It's savage.
Okay.
Because, you look outside and you see, like, you see, like, an amazing animal and they can just do crazy shit. And that's because they just murdered each other for a really long time and a lot of fucked up stuff happened. But that's why we have, like, wolves and stuff. They're sweet as fuck. Or like a tiger. That's
so
just
really,
a lot
I
of
guess
death and
economic
murder and
disparity
sadness.
it's not alarming, really. It's the system working.
Well, you just have to
Poor
think.
people, we just need to fight harder.
Yeah, you just have to think, is everything getting better worth suffering? Because if not, we could
People
have no
all the
suffering but
muscle,
no getting
like,
better.
The government, they work for us.
So how do we...
Better.
The government, they work for us.
So how do we monetize involving poor people in more business?
Well,
like,
we would never talk... Why would we ever talk about that on the air?
I don't know. I guess
Actually,
not.
at all. I mean, at all. We
No.
never talk about it at all.
Oh.
No, because we're a nonprofit, a charity.
Yes, that's right.
But if we were to put all people to work for the cause, how would we do that most efficiently? Probably caring for their basic needs.
Yeah.
As we would want ours
Love.
to be cared for. Right.
Shelter.
Community.
I think that's number
Protection.
one.
Free Wi-Fi.
Free
Love.
Wi-Fi's good
Red
too.
Bull.
Yeah. Again, love.
Yeah.
Love.
Yeah.
Computer training.
I mean, if you really don't want people to leave things, you got to give them things that they can't live without.
Examples.
Power.
What else?
Like, I don't know, like if I didn't have a mattress or a clean bathroom,
Yes.
like a flushing
Oh,
bathroom,
and
I would be
yes.
but like you're scooping shit, I would have a really hard time with that.
I need to
choice.
go to the United Arab Emirates so I can command people to do shit. Like, you gotta go either hard or soft. Like, I feel like if you just have a lot of money,
You're convincing me this is a good idea.
you could be a queen. Like, you could be a queen or a king just by virtue of having a lot of money there.
Oh yeah.
And then also participating outwardly into their theology. Like, I'll go outside covered in some fucking garments and shit. You
But
can
make
only
sure
see
they're
my
baller
eyes.
as fuck.
Fuck you, motherfucker. Like,
Just-
you don't get to see nothing but my eyes.
It's
And
so
yeah,
embroidered that like they can't even
Going
see
with
you.
the hat, like the drink. Oh my god, some of the shit that goes on there, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, did you know
If you're
that?
gonna be a degenerate, then you need to.
I
Let's go
say
to
we
the
wrap the
United Arab Emirates.
podcast up.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to the UAE,
Yeah.
and then we'll be back. Probably in like a year. UAE,
Yeah.
and then we'll be back. Probably in like a year. Fucking Christ. Fucking Christ.